Hey, this is Brandon, and I'd like to demonstrate how you can take CSS inspiration from a third-party style guide. So here I've got the patient chart open, and I've got patient chart widgets overridden. It's running locally. And let's say that I would like to change this add button that's in the top right of all of these summary cards to look like the carbon design button. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it and look at what styles already exist. And here in the code I see it's got things from OpenMRS unstyled and some custom styles from styles add button. But this seems to come from neither. It seems like it's a global style, so let's get rid of that. We should avoid adding global styles generally. If this were, normally for a button, it's likely that I would want to be changing this style sort of throughout the application. A button is a very, very basic component, and so I would actually make this change to the OpenMRS style guide. But here, just for the sake of example, we're going to pretend that we just want to make this change to this particular add button throughout patient chart widgets. So, first thing I'm going to do, since we're no longer using the OpenMRS style for this particular button, this button is getting its own custom style. We're going to remove the reference to OpenMRS unstyled. And here we have sort of a default button. And now I'm going to open up the carbon design documentation for reference. We're going to go into components, button, and under code we find a live clickable example of the button. We can change its properties and everything. So let's just say we want the primary style. I'm going to open up the DevTools here and inspect this button in order to view the CSS that's being applied to it. So here everything with BX, BTN, that's all applying to this. So let's start creating some CSS that will get applied specifically to this button. Here we have these three properties. And these variables, we don't have these particular variables in our system, and so we can simplify this just down to the default values, which is kind of nice. Oops. Cool. So let's see what that did. All right. We are applying some styles. Let's continue and start to take all this stuff. It looks like this actually constitutes, this is all of the rest of the styling that's being applied to this button. And there's probably some extra stuff in there that we don't need, but let's just see where it gets us for now. Look at that, not bad. We still have this hover style, which is a little funny, but we can fix that later. So let's see if there are things here that are not doing anything for us. Position? Yep. Nope. Align items? Oh, that's important. Okay. Justify content? Nope. It only has one piece of content, which is its text. Margin? Doesn't do anything. Padding? Ooh. Well, that's important. Text align also is set to the default. Text decoration doesn't have decoration. Vertical align? Yep. No. Border radius, also the default. And these other things we want. Cool. This is a lot of deleted code, and deleting code is wonderful, especially deleting CSS is wonderful. Justify content, out, position, out. Nice. Okay, we have a little bit of wonkiness going out with the layout here, but that's maybe not happening internal to the button. First, let's fix this hover thing. So to do that, we can click on toggle element state in the dev tools and click on hover, and then that'll show us the style that's being applied specifically to hover, which is background color 0353 E9, and then the color is just white. Great, so that now looks as expected. We should get rid of these variable references that we don't have. Yeah, like that. And everything else looks good. So let's figure out what's going on. Refresh, make sure it looks fine. With that layout, we see it's embedded in a grid area. This header element has display grid, which is odd. Since it's just a single row, it's not really grid-like. A flexbox would probably be more appropriate, but grid is powerful and great, and can work fine. But here's something funny is happening, and I'm guessing that it has to do with the grid. And if we get rid of some of these grid-specific properties, things magically work. Cool. So yeah, let's just get rid of those. Don't need them. Grid template call. Just the ones for the summary card. Glorious. That's it.